I'm Mike.
And I'm Christy.
And we're with ASBA, and we're going to talk about the new Exhibitor Registration form. So you're going to want to go to our website, which we have up right here, which is azsba.org. Then you're going to want to click on Events right up here at the top, and it's going to take you to our events page. You're going to want to scroll down until you find the 59th Annual Conference. You're going to click that link, and it's going to take you to the annual conference page. Scroll down just a little bit, and you're going to see right here on the right where it says Register Now, there's exhibitor information. You're going to click that button, and it's going to take you to the page dedicated to exhibitor information. So scroll down. If you haven't already been to this page, it's your first time, make sure you read the page and determine which package you want to go with. We've got a standard package and a premier package, and those two links are going to be right here. And I know, Christy, if you want to differentiate between the two real quick.
Yes, premier is going to be silver, gold, and platinum levels. And then standard is your basic exhibitor package.
So the day that registration opens, there'll be two hyperlinks right here, and it's going to say Premier and Standard. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to focus on the Standard package. And the page is going to look just like this. Up in the right corner, it's going to say Standard or Premier. I want to double make sure that you're on the correct form, as you can see right here. And then this is that landing page. So it has information that has also been on the exhibitor information page. But again, just to familiarize yourself with the different options, the information, I would make sure to read all the information on here. It's really important and useful. And then you're going to notice we have in bold here, please review the floor plan. And so this is the new floor plan for the new year that's been designed. I know Christy can talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we redesigned it this year to make it a little bit easier and where all booths are in a good location, basically. So as you see in the middle, you have your conference registration for the attendees, and then there's going to be the food and beverage. But if you notice where the booths are, all of them have a sight line directly to that area. So basically every booth is going to be a good spot.
Yeah, and so in the next section, so we're on step 1, and then we'll go to step 2 here in a second, is where you're actually going to make your preference selection. And again, you're not guaranteed a spot. You're just going to make up to 3 preferences of what you could get. And so you're going to want to make sure that you pick some options that you're going to be okay with. If you don't register right away, it's a good chance some of these really good spots are going to be taken. So before I even go to step 2, I'm going to take a good look at this floor plan, and I'm going to make some quick selections. I'm going to jot this down on a piece of paper. I suggest you do the same thing. I like 307, so I'm going to write that down. Like 226 isn't a bad equivalent. 226. And maybe I'll strike gold, and I'll get a good spot like 323.
And we assign booths according to sponsorship level, so keep that in mind as well. Platinum obviously is going to have first pick, gold, then silver, and then standard. And standard is based on first come, first paid.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, and the form that we're on, good chance that this hot zone is probably going to be unavailable. But since this tutorial is for both forms, we're going to keep it very similar. So at the top here, we've got email address. Go ahead and type in your email address. I'm going to put mine in here. And then you're going to type in you're going to click on the little magnifying glass. And so I'm already associated with this software in the site. So it's going to give me a name and say, hey, is this, we think this is who you are. And you'll see a couple of choices. If you're brand new to the site, or if you've never exhibited with us before, there's a good chance this will be completely blank and empty. In that case, just hit next. There's also a small chance your email could be associated with other people. And so if you click here and you don't see your name, or you see other people's names, it's still going to go off your email here. So even if your name's not necessarily selected, you can go ahead and click next. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click next. Again, I'm already within the system, so it's got my information that's populated. If your information is pre-populated, just double check, make sure your first name, last name, make sure all your information is correct, your address, your phone number. It's always possible data could be out of date. We want to make sure that it's updated. Also, to call attention up here where it says, under main contact, we've got system and organization. So ASBA is an organization, but you guys are a company, most likely. And so that's where you're going to want to type in the name of your company. And if you're not a company, same thing. Whatever you would use that word to associate your organization with.
And write it out exactly the way you want it to read, because that's how we make your sign for your booth.
Yes, good point. So if you abbreviate it, and that might mean something to you, but not everyone else, good idea to spell it out. So then we've got our products. And again, just another reminder of what we're looking at. We've got the standard exhibitor opportunities. The Premier package is going to have slightly different options here, but the functional flow of everything is going to be very similar. You're going to notice here at the top, the standard 8x10 exhibit space has an underline. So if I hover my mouse over that, it's going to give me additional information that might be useful to me. Again, this information has been sent out in the exhibitor package and on the page, but as you're determining what selections you're going to make, it's good just to double check. Oh yeah, that is exactly what I want. Or maybe you have a question down here for the guidebook. Oh, I want to advertise in the guidebook. I wonder how big the ad is. Okay, well, it's 4.5 by 7.5 inches. So again, just a nice little way to add some additional information in there. So I'm going to go ahead and make my selection, and I'm going to add one booth. And I like popcorn, and I think that would be cool to add to my booth. And you're going to notice that it is limited to 2.
So that's going to be first come, first serve.
And that does appear on this form further down. You'll notice here for the advertising there's a limit of 9. So I'm going to do that. I think it's a really beneficial to advertise my company with everyone in the conference, so I'm going to select that.
And then you can scroll down just a little bit further there, and you'll see Golden Bell lunch ticket or annual awards dinner ticket. You have the option to purchase meal tickets for the people that are manning the booth to attend those functions.
So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll do that. I'll add one to each one. So then we're going to get down to the exhibitor staff name. And so there is a number of badges that you get with certain packages.
Yes, standard will have 4 that you get to whoever's manning your booth. You're going to want to fill it out in there, whoever's going to be in that booth space. Please put their first name and last name and their title. If you are a gold or platinum, you get 2 booths, so you'll get 8 badges.
So their form is going to look slightly different. You're going to have, so you can see here we've got 4 that are showing up as a 0 cost, and then 5 and beyond is going to have a cost associated with it. So I'm going to add my name in here. So you'll notice I'm already associated with an organization, so it's giving me a huge list of our staff and all of the test accounts that I've pre-populated with it. It's possible that you might do this and all you're going to see is add person, which is great. Then just click that. It's also possible you might see people that aren't even associated with your organization, and that's actually okay. All you're going to want to do is select add person. And then as Christy mentioned, you have an opportunity to do a first name, last name. So I'm going to type in my name. I'll add another number at the end. So this is like, instead of Mike Barcia, it might be Mike Smith. And the title is going to be test. I'm going to enter in the email address of this individual and the phone number. And then before I can move on to either add other names or go on to the form, you're going to notice there's a little 3.5 floppy save icon. You want to click that and it's going to save. It's going to reload the page, and then you can scroll down and you can confirm. There I am, there's the title, there's the email. So if you need to, go ahead, you just, same as before, add person, and go all the way down. If you do get to 5 and you want to go beyond that, there's a little plus button, you're going to click that. And then you're going to see there's number 6. So the system's only going to pull and eventually charge you the ones that you filled out. So you could click this to 25 and you're not going to get charged for that. So as I mentioned on the first page where we asked you to refer to the floor plan, let's say it's been a little bit of time and you've forgotten, the floor plan, you can click on it right here and it's going to load the map. And again, take a good look at those selections. If you remember earlier, I already wrote down on a pad of paper my selection, so I'm just going to go ahead and type them in here right now. I selected 307, 226, and 323. And so again, those are preferences. I'm not guaranteed to get them, but those are the ones that I would like. And then next we have what types of products or services you offer. And this is really important.
The reason why we want to know that information is because we do our best to not put you next to a competitor. So please fill that out accurately. Based off your title of your company doesn't always tell us what you guys actually do.
Yeah, so if you're an architectural firm, but it's Mike Barcia, then I'll still spell out that you are an architectural firm.
Correct.
Flooring company, roofing, you get the idea. And then another option here, which is really popular, is would you be providing a door prize? And I'm going to select yes. And Christy, we want to talk about that.
This year we're doing it a little bit differently. Winners must be present to win. We have not done that in the past, but we think this will help draw more attention to the exhibit hall. Plus, you as a vendor don't have to wait for somebody to might show up or might not show up. Must be present to win. If they're not there within the 5-minute timeline, then we draw for the next name. We think this will draw a lot of attention down to that exhibit hall, so it's great to participate in this.
And again, this is near the holiday time. It's a week or two before the holidays. Good opportunity to offer something good. The Biltmore is a great hotel. Maybe you're going to offer a 2-night stay. I'm going to be super generous, and I'm going to offer an iPad Pro. Make somebody's holiday. And so I'm ready to move on to the next step. So I'm going to select Proceed to Checkout. Again, it's going to give me an opportunity to review those products that I selected and the quantity. I have added everything, so I could change that quantity if I wanted to. The cost is going to change. And I can review the total. Now, as we added the extra or the names that come with the package that you've selected for the badges, you can see here when I typed in my email address, if you're, let's say the CEO or you're the owner of the company and you're bringing a whole group of people and you don't want them to get notified or see the total or see any of this stuff, just up here at the top it says notify registrant via email. Make sure you uncheck that. Okay, you're still going to get a copy of the invoice. It's just everyone else that's associated down there, they won't be included. But for right now, I'm going to keep that selected. And then right down here, there's an option for payment options, right down here where it says options. So we're going to do check, but I know Christy had some information to share about the credit card option.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't take American Express, so if you try to enter in that card number, it's going to error the system out. So we take Visa or MasterCard, or you can pay with a check.
Yeah, so for this purpose, I'm going to pay with a check, and I'm going to select checkout. Now, since I didn't enter credit card information, that's it. I'm done. I've got a invoice that has the contact information that I've entered, an invoice number, as well as an itemized list with the quantity, the cost, and the total that I owe ASBA, as well as what I've responded to for those questions. Door prize, what I'm giving away, what we do, and those booth preferences. And so if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 602-254-1100.
And ask to speak to Nicole Giver. She can help walk you through this form without a problem.
And we appreciate you as a vendor, and we appreciate you guys exhibiting with us at our annual conference, and we are also appreciative of your patience.
And we know this year is going to be a great show, and we thank you for participating.
All right. And thank you.